Hello friends, welcome back to Talking and Playing Games. I am eating cookies, and this is Crusader Kings 3, Peasant Dynasty. As a reminder, I play with a bunch of mods that are listed down in the description. I also play with a few rules that are always set. I invert the genders, and I make everything just a little bit gayer. I am starting this episode with kind of a memorial to Countess Dorothy of Wurttemberg, who was the starting player character and who sadly passed away by being torn apart by a bear in the previous episode. I know it is hard whenever we are kind of transitioning from one player character to another. I wish the game had funerals, but it does not. But I want to just take a moment to remember Dorothy as she was. And really appreciate who she was as a character. And so I did have ChatGPT write a eulogy for her in medieval style, and it actually did a decent job, surprisingly. So I'll read that out. If I were more proficient at video editing software, I would make this a nice visual and be very moving, but I am still a noob, and so working on leveling up on that. So we're just going to have me reading. You'll have to live with it. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies, we gather here today to pay our solemn respects to a remarkable soul who has left a lasting mark on this realm. Let us mourn the passing of the illustrious Countess Dorothy von Bauer, whose indomitable spirit and unwavering determination have etched her name into the annals of history. Born of humble beginnings, Dorothy's journey through life was nothing short of extraordinary. From the lowly roots of a peasant, she rose like a mighty oak, her ambition and relentless pursuit of greatness guiding her every step. Through trials and tribulations, she ascended to the esteemed position of Countess of Wurttemberg, a testament to her strength and unyielding resolve. A skilled and wise ruler, Dorothy expanded her dominion with a prowess seldom seen, turning her realm from a modest duo of counties to a formidable 5. The land she governed flourished under her just and firm hand, and her subjects reaped the rewards of her benevolence and astuteness. But beyond the grandeur of titles and conquest, there lay a tender heart that cherished the simplest joys in life. Amidst the weight of her responsibilities, she found comfort and solace in the company of her faithful companion, Mittens the cat. The bond they shared exemplified the warmth and compassion that resided within her, a ruler both fierce and compassionate, wise and caring. Though her time among us was all too fleeting, Dorothy's legacy will endure, woven into the very fabric of our realm's history. Her daughters, Walpurga and Joan, shall carry her torch, carrying forth her vision and principles to shape the future of the Bauer dynasty. As we bid farewell to this extraordinary soul, let us remember Dorothy von Bauer not with sorrow, but with admiration and reverence for a life lived with purpose and valor. She faced adversity with courage, turned challenges into opportunities, and left an indelible mark upon the hearts of all who had the privilege of knowing her. May she find eternal rest in the halls of the ancestors, and may her spirit continue to guide us through the trials that lie ahead. Farewell, noble Countess. Your memory will forever shine like the brightest star in the tapestry of history. It's beautiful. That being said, if you're enjoying this, go ahead and like and subscribe so that way you can get updates whenever a new video comes out. And also, if you're feeling grief from the loss of Dorothy von Bauer, you can go ahead and leave your own little eulogy in the comments and share your own memories and favorite times with Dorothy. In this episode, we do have to transition on to the next player character, because that is part of what Crusader Kings 3 is all about. And so we start now with Countess Walpurga, who's 15 years old, still with a regent. She won't turn 16 until October, which is still a good time away. She is impatient, she is humble, and she is greedy. So very different from her mother, actually. I've spent some time trying to figure out what makes Walpurga tick. She is actually well educated. She knows 3 languages, High German, Dutch, and Brythonic. She is focused on diplomacy. Impatient, humble, and greedy is kind of an interesting combination. Her stewardship is not very high. Her marshal is actually okay. Who's her? Oh, her guardian is Irene. Okay. She has a crush on this guy, who is wounded, I guess, because he was at one of the meat piers. He is, he's nobody really. He's just a guy, just a kid. Well, no, his parent, okay, so his father is a duke, so, okay, fine. But he's not an heir or anything. But still, we have a player character now who is young and in her own charge, essentially, because Irene will be following along for a little under a year. She also has only 3 counties because 2 counties went to her sister, Countess Joan, who is actually her best friend. So we can't do one of those things where we try to yoink the counties that went to the other sibling, because you can't war against your best friend. In fact, so we just have to live with the fact that Joan has Baden and Nordlingen on either side of us. We can get an alliance with her, which might be useful. Who's her regent? Oh, the suffragan bishop, who I don't know. Okay. In any case, so I've split my mother's realm with my sister, my best friend. I'm also friends with Bithild, who was the physician that mangled my dad. But we're still good friends, so I guess that's okay. Beyond that, I am honestly not on the greatest of terms with my brothers. I guess okay with my oldest brother, Job. Yeah. Not great with Wilhelm. He don't like me. We have clashing personalities. That's fine. Popo. Oh wait, I forgot Berard, who's married to the older lady there. We get along fine. That's good. There's Popo. We are neutral on each other. Obviously besties with my sister. Don't get along with George. Oh, right, because he's being raised Welsh, so we have kind of a cultural mismatch there. That's fine. Okay. The brothers don't matter that much, but still, it's useful to see their feelings. I'm okay with my dad. Yeah, just kind of mediocre, I guess. Okay, I looked at her memories. There's nothing really surprising. She doesn't have like a secret past or anything. I mean, she's still underage, so I don't think they can get into too much in the way of trouble from that. I don't have any items. Unfortunately, Mittens is the cats, the pets, show up as a trait and not as an item, so they can't be inherited. So Mittens is gone. Mittens did pass away, but with Dorothy's passing, Mittens just ran off into the night and was never seen again. It was very sad. Tragedy. What we have here, let's see. We have Wurttemberg, our primary title. We have Zollern and Hohenberg, which I don't have very good control on. Mediocre control there. My vassals really do not like me. Okay. Oh, I was not the preferred heir. Oh, awkward. Did you not prefer me? Yeah, okay. Okay. Huh. Did you? No? Nobody wanted me? Nobody wanted Walpurga. Everybody wanted Joan. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Cool. And then, of course, Jonas, my heir, because she's the spare there. Military should be the same. I have some unstation because Joan went away. I'm going to need to build up my council. Probably do some rearranging. Find myself a betrothed because Walpurga is not betrothed yet. I need to win over my realm priest. Oh, I'm learning the language of Raoul de Nemours. Why? He don't like me. He hates me. Wow. And I hate him. Why am I learning his language? Where did I meet him? I must have met him at the meet pier, but why? Very confusing. Okay, and he is callous and cynical, so no great loss, I guess. Okay, so I hold a hook on my regent because she was loyal to my mother, and my dead mother has a hook on me, which is okay? Question mark? I mean, you know, there's a whole Hamlet thing, ghosts bidding people to do stuff, so maybe not the greatest. There's no factions. That's fine. Okay. Oh, I can still do a meat piers because I'm underage technically. Okay, so let's think of who Walpurga is. She's not very much like her mother. In fact, she's much more money focused. She never was a peasant. She grew up as the daughter of a countess. So she is kind of more used to being part of the nobility now. And in her mind, what separates her from the peasant class is that they have money. And so that's kind of what she's wanting to keep rolling in and kind of one of her priorities. At the same time, she's not great at just letting things play out on a long time frame. She wants things quickly. But she doesn't want a lot of the credit on things. Okay. And she has negative prestige, which I still find very confusing. Okay. This is good. This is good. Let us get our council. We can go away. All these little tooltips, I should just turn them off. I don't know why I haven't. I just forget about things. She's okay. I'll need to sway her because I need to make her like me. I will be dropping that scheme to learn the language of Raoul because I don't care. So we'll start that. Bit Healed is a friend, so I'm okay keeping her as my steward. Irene is loyal and a friend, so I'm okay keeping her. Wiltrude does not like me, and I'm meh on her. What other options do I have for Marshall? Not really much. She's kind of the best. I could put my vassals on the council. The downside of that is that they often suck. And since they are mayors, it doesn't matter that much that they're not. Oh, she's a 4-star though. Are you a 4-star? You're a 4-star as well. So you're a 4-star, but you're also worse at marshalling. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll keep that as is. Then I just need a spy master. So, intrigue. There's Mayor Mechthild, who I guess is probably the best option here. Yeah. Again, this is the obfusCKate mod that kind of hides some of the details to make role playing easier. It can be frustrating sometimes because it makes you doesn't allow you to optimize, which is fine. That's how I play, but still annoying sometimes. We're gonna have Mayor McTeald here. I don't like having a spy master that doesn't like me, but hopefully her opinion will improve as we go along, because I'm getting a hit to opinion because short reign I just inherited, and that should start to fall off. So I think that's a good deal. Speaking of deals, I do want to negotiate an alliance with my sister, Countess Joan, because we're besties. And I can also negotiate an alliance with my sister-in-law, Countess Sophie, who's married to Sophie. Are you Sophie? No. You're not Sophie. Popo. Sophie. Okay. My sister-in-law, and this was my mother's friend, as I recall. Okay. And she is down there. She's not County of... That's not in Swabia, is it? No. Okay. As long as she's not in Swabia. Yeah, we can... Oh, I'd be ignored. Huh. Oh, she don't like me that much. Oh, that's unfortunate. I have a good opinion of her, but she don't like me. Okay. Let's station these folks. My light horsemen. And then I still have my knight ever armored rank 0, so I'm actually not getting any of the perks from it, which is unfortunate because I've really boosted up my skirmishers and would kind of like to have those bonuses to them. If you recall, the knight ever armored has a skirmisher as its primary attribute, and this gives bonuses to skirmisher damage if I get up to another rank. I need 100 glory to get up to rank 1, and I'm at 87. And we earn glory through winning battles, defeating warriors, competing in grand tournament contests, and attending activities. So we just need to work on that. Now the big question. Dorothy's ultimate goal was, of course, to become the Duchess of Swabia. Unfortunately, she was torn apart by a bear, so she was not able to fulfill that goal. But is that something Walpurga wants? She's not ambitious. She's humble. And the description there says she does not ask for much in life. Maybe she's not focused on expanding the realm. I think she might be more focused on improving the county she has rather than expanding. Now, Dorothy had been building up the army specifically because she was planning on making a move on Swabia shortly after she, or shortly before she got eaten by a bear. But Walpurga, I don't know that she is really as invested in this goal. So that's not going to be her focus. Her focus is on making money and basically enjoying the privilege that she was born with, unlike Dorothy. Let's forward this to get that filled and everything. End of the road. Oh, I'm sat at my table about to break my fast, but all hunger has left me. Something feels amiss, and I know this to be true when I see my knight, Heike, somberly approaching. My countess, a messenger, arrived in the night bearing grievous news, she says softly. I'm afraid your mother, Countess Dorothy, was ripped to shreds by a bear. She was in a Heilbronn on the road toward Nassau when she perished. My sincere condolences, my lady. She did not deserve to die so far from home. That is true. Does that stress me out? No, it does not. Not stressed at all by my mother passing away. Very sad. Not stressed. Cool. Everybody knows it's not stressful. Yes, now I'm I'm allies with my bestie. Still can't do that. Had a prisoner die in my dungeons. That's sad. Oh, yeah. So I have the option of imprisoning Bit Healed because she kind of mangled my father. He's in poor health and might well die, which is very sad because I do have a good opinion of my dad. I think Walpurga would not be the type to hold a grudge, though, and she's still friends with Bit Healed, so she would grant a pardon. She understands. Things happen. You're not always in control of this as a doctor. She knows Bit Healed tried her best. She knows this. Okay. Now, important part. One, my monthly income is very low because I've lost a couple counties relative to Dorothy, so this means we probably want to decrease the size of the army because we just can't maintain it. So we'll do that, but we also need to find somebody to marry. Now, I am kind of taken with this guy. Oh, and he has a crush in return, so he's crushing on me, I'm crushing on him. He's the son of a duke? Yes, he's the son of a duke and duchess. Which isn't bad. He's not going to inherit. But, you know, I'm just saying, oh, I'd be ignored? No, absolutely not. Not even, no? No. Why? Marrying down. Does not like me, does not like the matchmaker. Okay. But true love. Also, I can't see, it doesn't show her sexual orientation. I'm not sure if that's the mod I have hiding it. Or what. Like, we know she's at least oriented towards men, but, like, is it an equal opportunity thing, or is it just, like, one side only? It's kind of hard to tell. Okay. So, you know what? This is an opportunity to schmooze. Oh, she needs to schmooze with her bishop. But she kind of wants to marry her crush. And, like, isn't that one of the benefits of being on your own without your parents? Right? Or is she thinking of the realm? She's impatient and greedy. Yeah, I think she's going to give this a go. She's going to lose patience quickly and probably settle for whoever she can get. But she'll give this a go for a couple times. And we'll see if we manage to sway her. Let's check out Joan. Joan is 12. She is generous and compassionate and bossy, and she's going with a martial education. Her regent is her bishop, and she has 2 vassals. Okay. Oh, she has a lot. Oh, yeah, Joan has a lot of friends. I forgot about that. She gets along with, like, literally everybody. Okay. Interesting. In terms of getting along with my liege, who is 11-year-old Duchess Beatrix, if you recall, her mother, Adelaide, was the liege through most of Dorothy's reign, but Duchess Adelaide, much like Dorothy, was torn apart by a bear. So I have come of age. With the help of Irene, I have achieved an understanding of diplomacy that far exceeds that of my peers. Even though I had a natural inclination towards the subject, my mastery of it is still an achievement. Oh, wow, she got 4 stars on that. Look at that. Walpurga, you got it, girl. Okay. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the women I have become. The friendship I shared with Joan meant a lot to me when we were both young, and to still have her by my side means a lot. I had some memorable times with Theodoric. He truly helped me understand both myself and love. Woman now. Okay. So I lost the trait charming, and I can choose life focus. Oh, here we go. Straight. For having the game rule set to, gay, it's not been a very gay game so far. Sorry. We'll get there eventually. I set Dorothy to straight just to kind of maximize the chances of getting an heir, because you don't want to run out of heirs at that point with the first character. But anybody else down the line, like, we're fine to start, getting the gays out. Okay, so she's very good at diplomacy. She is greedy. So, like, the natural lifestyle focus would be diplomacy, obviously, because that's her education, approach. But going by her traits, stewardship would kind of make more sense. Like, she wants the money. And I think that's kind of her focus right now. She thinks her mother didn't do enough to really build up the treasury and really maximize the opportunity to bring in that gold. So I think Walpurga is thinking about that. Now, she could, there's ways to get money with diplomacy, but the most direct way to get money is with stewardship life focus, specifically with the wealth focus. This gets her a boost to the monthly income and increases, obviously, stewardship experience. So we'll start with that. Okay. She is on her way to that. I can end my regency. Just that easily? Just that she's not going to try to hang around? Okay. Thanks, Irene. That was very nice. Can I negotiate? No, still not. Okay. I'm in line to inherit titles. Oh yeah, my sister's titles. Not endorsed by my bishop. Okay. Cool. So now I get a boost to the monthly income. I'm kind of in wait and see mode with Duchess Rixa to see if I can potentially marry my crush. I'm going to be the steward of Swabia. Yes, ma'am. Countess Sophie is here. She has an F. She's very bad at martial. Interesting. I don't know these people. Sway. It has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Fulda, the capital of Duchess Rixa of Hesse. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm to her perception of me. So I could bribe them and have them say nice things about me. Yes, she's doing that. Also, I changed the video settings and the flicker seems better, which I'm pleased with. I've been fiddling with those for a while. So, yay, I'm not going to give y'all seizures anymore. Aren't you happy with that? Very patient, y'all. Okay, so doing the increase of control in Hohenberg. My council members are leveling up, gaining in the wealth. We're doing good. We're doing good. I do need to find a spouse, but there's no rush on that. Walpurga's 16. She has plenty of time. Just out of curiosity, what's going on in the world? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So France has Sweden. Interesting. I mean, sure, why not? Is Sweden just not there? Sweden's just not there. Empire, Sweden. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Interesting. I've never played out into this whole area. I did some games in Africa, specifically the Darfur. Okay, nothing too crazy. We're still in early games. You can kind of lose yourself when you live in the mass of the Holy Roman Empire, because it's huge. We're completely surrounded by it, so it's kind of nice to poke our heads up every now and again and see what's going on. So my skills have improved. One good thing about being on my Liege's Council is that it actually gives a boost to the stat that I'm putting to use there. So because I'm steward, it's going to actually improve my stewardship. So Sophie, not confused with Sophie, my sister-in-law, is a free tenant renting some of my land in Hohenberg, and she has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to her meticulous planning. She wishes to use some of her profits to purchase a piece of my estate for me so she can build upon her success and grow more crops next year. I could have her join my court. I could take her up on the offer, and then Hohenberg would gain independent farmlands, which would boost development but decrease control. Or I could say it's all mine. That's not likely because I'm humble. Yeah, I'm thinking as I'm greedy and impatient, not really thinking of the long-term potential, so yes, give me 50 gold. My scheme to sway Duchess Rixa is on hold because she is traveling. I guess we will allow that. I'm still in the negative in prestige, which is not great. Do I have enough money to do any sort of activity? I can host a hunt. Do a Hot Springs visit. What is that? Oh, it just decreases stress. What does a hunt do? This would help my acclaimed knights gain glory, or I could wait until I have a feast. It would take a bit more. I'm not sure on either of those. Like a feast maybe to celebrate her new reign, but again, she's humble. So maybe a pilgrimage. Maybe she's humble but religious. Still figuring out Walpurga as a character. She's very different from her mother. My sister really doesn't like the liege. Weird. Not sure why. Count Manigold has been excommunicated. Oh, I can host a grand tournament. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that there's any way I could afford that. Like, is it at all possible? I don't know. Boom. Oh, I guess I could. Oh, no. No, look at that. I'd have to, like, simple prizes, simple ramshackle pretense. Yeah, that's just not. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know why it shows up as an option when I do not have near enough money for that. Yeah, go away. Can I sway her yet? I just want to marry my crush. Oh, I can go to a feast with Countess Sophie. Okay. Then maybe we can become friends and allies. That sounds good. Okay, let's do this. What's on the road? Control issues. Seem to be the big one. Oh, here's a forest that's apparently a dodgy forest. So let's go with the forest guide and let's go with good old mercenaries. And then do I want to take any side trips on the way there or back? There's some hill damage or hill danger too. I'm looking at the safety here to kind of get a feel for what the best option are, because you have to prioritize. Like you only have two options, so you have to kind of choose what ends up best. And I think this is the best option there. And then let's see if we want to like go to Klingenberg. Just because I don't think in this playthrough we've done the points of interest thing, and it's fun, you know. So let's say on the way back, we will do a detour up to Klingenberg here. And then we'll go back to Wurttemberg. And this is going to raise some of the danger. But like it's still the same overall. Yeah, I have Forest Guide. Okay. Which is mainly what I'm going through, that and the control areas. So I think this is a good route here. The main danger area is going to be this, apparently, but we can manage. It's not like my mother died on a trip or anything. Funny. Cool. Okay. Who's my regent? Irene's my regent. Good. She's good. Okie doke. Feast is in honor of Mayor Elise. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure she's fine. And we are off. Let's not get eaten by a bear. Remember, if there's a bear, run. Gentle mooing and the scent of manure aren't all Rottweil's hillside pasture lands offer the traveler. There's also screaming farmhands, stentorian bellowing, and an escaped bull on the road before us. The behemoth charges to and fro in great distress until it fixes on a victim, Hirschwind, atop his panicking steed. Oh, he's a mercenary. Okay. There's an open gate to hold the beast behind. One of us just needs the courage enough to lure it. Okay, so runaway bull, classic, I guess. And Walpurga could leap in and do the prowess challenge and, save the day, much like Dorothy tried to do. Or she could totally not do that, and she could say, Hedwig, do something. Who's Hedwig? Just a random person? Oh, Forest. She's the forest guide, okay. So I could have Hedwig do something. Or I could just not do anything. Just kind of let the mercenary guy deal with it. Because, he's the mercenary. That's kind of his job, isn't it? It's a prowess challenge for Captain Hirschwind. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck. Okay, so he escaped. Oh, he don't like me. That's fine. That's your job. Your job is to jump into danger, so I'm not in danger. Okay, so the fields of Colmar are a sight to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. I quickly tracked down the source of the verdancy, spotting a woman standing in a field, seemingly holding a lecture of some sort to a gathering of listeners. My name is Mistress Ermeltrude. She notices me in the distance and turns in my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast, yes, incomparably vast. So stay a while and listen. So I could stay and learn about gardening, but Walpurga is impatient, so no, she's not going to do that. She's going to continue to the feast. And there we go, we made it. So my goal here is to befriend Countess Sophie. Yes, we're going after Sophie. I mean, in a friend way. There's my brother, Popo. Who else is here? Johann. Ook, and the feast has started. It's taken much of the evening to get close to Countess Sophie without making it feel forced. After all, the best friendships are natural, and I want her to think this is spontaneous and not at all contrived. The woman picks at her food, pushing a few small morsels around a greasy wooden plate. It's all a bit heavy, isn't it? This course, the course before that, the course before that, and she nervously eyes the servant bringing out the next round of dishes. The next one, too. So much rich food all in a row, when what we really need is some innovative palate cleanser. Countess Sophie, it's your party. It's your party. You could have done something. Yeah, I don't think... Oh, this is weird. I could say, yes, it was a poor choice, but, she's literally the hostess. It's up to her, so it'd be kind of an insult, but I don't think the game realizes that. Or I could switch it to something less contentious. I'm going to go with, sadly, it's a poor choice, because I think what this ends up doing is the game basically says, you're just trying to follow along with what she's saying, which in this context doesn't make sense, but I'm just gonna kind of go with that general vibe. Basically, this is a good option if you want to actually improve your relationship with Sophie, because anything that happens, you're going to get a bit closer to friendship. So yes, I'm fun, but not that fun. So her opinion of me has improved. We could all tell Count Popo, my brother, had had too much to drink, even though he insisted on showing us how sober he was. Simply rising from his seat proved too much for him, and now I am covered in stinking vomit. Oh my god, bro. Bro, Popo. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna get mad at him. Like that face that Walpurga is making, I think that's the correct face. I think that's the face she would make. So, Popo, no. The feast is dwindling down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my courageous caravan leader, Heike. She inquires about my opinion on friendship, a subject she is deeply interested in herself. Some of these events are just kind of weird. Yes, I am fascinated by the topic of friendship. Fascinating topic. So now I'm friends with Heike. That's fine. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my sister-in-law, Countess Sophie, otherwise known as the hostess, goes on and on about the rumors at court. ... And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lady? So I could encourage her to go on. Or I could segue to talking more about Sophie, which my goal is to befriend her, so I think that's kind of what I would do. Walpurga's not quite as clumsy with people as Dorothy was. So a toast to Mayor Alis. Shockingly, when Sophie turns to her guest, instead of praising her, she immediately launches into a vociferous and frankly rather inspired spiel, questioning Alis's intelligence, moral character, and general smell. We in the audience are struck all but dumb. Wow. That's harsh. It don't really matter, I guess. I say that's unseemly because war is declared on my uber liege, Empress Annika. Oh, is she Empress again? Last I saw, there was some other dude as the Holy Roman Emperor. So she's back to being my top liege. Because, yeah, it was Duke Doe who was installed by faction. And then she was reinstalled by faction. Okay, good to know. So this is an independent war. This guy, who is Tuscany, which is all the way over here, obviously Italy. See, last time I actually tried to help my liege, I was kind of left up a creek without a paddle because none of my allies came to help me. So I'm just going to remain neutral and, she's the Empress. She can handle it. Daylight pours through the windows, and in just one moment, the whole hall becomes illuminated. Most of the seats are now empty. Some servants hand me my weapons and take their leave with a cheery bow. What a pleasure it was to have you with us, Countess Sophie smiles at me. Now it is time to wash off the traces of merriment and wine, and once more resume my duties as the lady of the realm. Okay, nice. Oh, I didn't befriend her, but now her opinion of me is good. So we are improving. This is an improvement. It was not in vain. I wonder if I could throw a feast and have the Duchess that I'm trying to sway come. The procession has ground to a halt a stone's throw away from Strasbourg. I look over to see my caravan leader, Heike, dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around her. Heike looks up as I approach. My lady, there's an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. She pauses. My great-grandfather did, and he never returned home. Either way, I'm going to gain stress because I'm humble and I'm impatient. I think because Heike's one of my friends, I'm probably going to be, like, humoring her. Oh, wow. It's been snowing for the past few days, and the cold is unbearable. I look around and see that my entourage is struggling with it as well, so I decide to travel on foot alongside them. After we walk through the snowstorm for another hour, Bit-Healed pulls me aside while shaking. She yelps, "Please, my friend, I cannot feel my toe anymore." I order her to take off her boot and have a look at the toe. It's all dark blue already, and at this point, it might be too late to save it. So I could try to treat her and kind of delay things. That does gain me stress because I'm impatient. I could say we should keep on moving, and Bit-Healed either heals or she doesn't. I guess since this one is the one where I lose stress, it's kind of the in-character thing to do, even though it's a little mean to Bit-Healed, but, you know, we're friends, so she'll get over it. There. I mean, she keeps the mild frostbite, but it's fine. These are enemies. They're enemies near me. Cool. Love it. I love when there's enemies around me, and I'm just gonna... Am I traveling? Yes, I'm traveling. I'm traveling right around them. See, this is the travel mechanic just does not interact with the armies, so I'm just gonna kind of waltz around here without any issue. Now will she? Now. Oh. Weinheim is home to a famous wayside shrine that I happen to be passing by today. Locals tell us that it isn't uncommon for travelers to spend even a few days praying there, for it is said that doing so will ensure safe passage for one's journey. I am unsure how helpful praying at this site would be, but I should at least pay my respects to God while here. I could say a quick prayer and move on. I could leave an offering. I could spend several days. I'm impatient, so I'm guessing no. I am humble, so I'm going to say leave a small offering. And also, because my relationship with Sophie has improved, I can now get an alliance with her, which I'm actually happy about. So, here we go. So there, we're doing that point of interest site. It doesn't actually do anything really exciting. I just get some learning lifestyle experience. Yep. And then we move on. Then we come along home. Every counselor present, opinion of me has increased. The Regency scales of power changed by 5. Okay, so she increased my counselor's opinions of me. That's fine. Journeying through Dern, I pass by a peculiar-looking tent splayed open with its yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, O mighty Countess. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. Strange woman has piqued the interest of my entourage, but am I willing to pay for a reading? No, because I'm greedy. I could have her join my court, or I could just say I'm not interested, which I don't think Walpurga is. As we manage to get through a dangerous path in Dern, we decide to rest for the night. As I walk around the encampment, suddenly a strange feeling that someone is missing bothers me. I ask around, and everyone agree on one thing, that they don't remember seeing Heike all day. They don't always have the pronouns correct. Misgendering Heike, was keeping the rear guard as we entered a war-torn province. I suppose that wasn't the best idea, knowing her bravado, but she is probably already gunning for the front lines. unless she has just lost somewhere in the plains. So we could mount a search party, but I am impatient and greedy, and so that would stress me out. I could go off on my own and try to find her, or I could spend some piety and just say, oops. So she's a friend and a family friend, so I actually think even though it would stress Walpurga out, like, she recognizes it's a stressful option. It's stressful, like her friend is missing. But I think she would mount a search party, even if it would come with a hit to stress. So yeah, see, we found her. Oh, but this says the position of caravan master is now vacant, even though we did find Heike. Okay. I looked to my entourage. Oh, I can reassign Heike, or I could have Hedwig as my caravan master. And Hedwig is the forest guide that I brought on, who is actually has a better aptitude for caravan mastery than Heike did. Yeah, in that case, yeah, sure. You should be the caravan master. Look at all that war going on there. War. As we traverse the woods, trudging through the leaves, we encounter a modest wayward shrine. Naively carved, it sports a cross at its head, and below the weathered words, here lays Saint Oda of West Franconia, blessed daughter of Hybron. Saint Oda of West Franconia seems a local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts, one not sanctioned by the Catholic clergy. I could have them cast down this heterodoxy. I could say I'm down with it and patronize the local saint, or I could just say and move on. So I'm actually good with diplomacy, and this would decrease in cultural acceptance between Franconians and Swabians. I think Walpurga might be willing to have this trade-off of patronizing the local saint, losing a bit of money, but increasing the cultural acceptance. And I don't think she's religious to the point of being dissuaded from doing so. So we'll do this. See, better with people than her mother was. And we're back home. Hedwig's no longer my caravan master because she vanishes into thin air. And there we go. We're home. Armies popping up around me. Now another prisoner died in my dungeons. Sad. Oh look, Duchess's opinion of me has increased. Nice. So would you let me marry your son now? Which is, oh, he died? He drowned. My childhood crush died. Oh no. Oh, that's tragic. Okay, well then, don't need to sway her. Oh, my bishop likes me anyway, so, okay. Well, in that case, I do need, I do need to marry somebody. somebody matrilineal. It has to be a guy because, you know, we have to have kids. It's the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't really care so much about claims. I would like something where I can gain prestige. So there's this person who's wandering. He's Catholic. In their 20s. There's Bjorn. Do I want... like, do I want somebody who is of the same culture? Or at least Central Germanic? First option there is in their 60s. A lot of claims, though. Duchy of Austria. Amstetten, Krems, Wien. Dead spouse. There's Conrad, that's Franconian. That's in Lombardia. Then there's Hendrickson, Reginar. Friedrich von Index. If I wanted specifically not... There's a child. I don't want a child, I want an adult. Let's have an adult, but not that old an adult. Let's keep it close to her age, because, you know, she has a choice. We're inverting the gender. She's allowed to have a, you know, a guy her own age as a treat. Oh, so difficult to think of how, like what the best approach would be to marriage. Like what's important to Walpurga in a marriage? Clearly she does want somebody who will help the dynasty. She wants somebody who will maybe gain her prestige. She's greedy, so she also wants money. There's no way to tell how rich they are. I don't get that information. Yeah, no. Like I could try to... This would limit it to lowborns. If I just look at Swabians. Oh no, there's this person. Otto van Habsburg. The head of the house for Habsburg. Huh. It's not bad. Carlman von Keiberg. Jürgen von Keiberg. I don't know, this is kind of intriguing. So like cultural and religious match, head of the Habsburg house, which is a reputable house. Wait, what legacies do they have? Oh, they have the bloodlines legacies. So chance of inheriting good congenital traits and chance of reinforcing those is increased. Okay. I don't know why he's wandering around. It would get her some prestige. Both his parents are dead. And then, oh, his sister is a bishop at Count Dietpold's court in Passau. Yeah, let's roll those dice. Let's see what's up with the Otto. Otto Do you want to marry Countess Walpurga of Wurttemberg? There we go. There he is. There he is. He's okay. He is gregarious, he is fickle and temperate, and he is also quite high in diplomacy. Wow. And he's a traveler. Of course, he was wandering. He has some friends. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. What is he good at that I'm not good at? He's good. Well, he's good at diplomacy, but I'm good at that too. So your spouse can kind of be set to focus on different traits. So typically, like if I had a spouse who was really good at intrigue, I could set it so that way their intrigue would give a boost to mine. He's kind of mediocre at everything except diplomacy, but I'm also quite good at that. So, and you can see the boost it gives. This would make me like a freaking genius at diplomacy, which is fine. On the other hand, like even though he's not great at some of these, he's still good enough that it would give me a decent boost, which isn't bad. If you set it to just assist ruler, it takes half of the point value and just adds it to all of them, so you get kind of an even spread. But I think something like this is good. At least I think it's good. What happened to Heike? Is Heike gone? No, Heike's still there. Yeah. Oh, I guess because she wandered off, she loses her spot as successor, as the acclaimed knight. Okay. Rude. But okay. I can declare war on... Oh, because my new husband has a claim on our gal, which is... Wait, where is this? Oh, right here. That's not that far. Okay. So I think this is a good place to stop for now, because we've kind of gotten a toehold in Walpurga. We're figuring her out. So this is a good place to leave off as we're transitioning to a new player character. I want to thank you all so much for following along. I'm kind of jazzed people are actually watching these, and thanks so much for your patience as I fumble through learning how to do videos on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you continue to enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one.